Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm not even going to apologize for it being Monday. um, Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about self and our self-perception and how we can see the truth of who we are. First, I want to say what a nice, lovely chat I had yesterday and how much I enjoyed meeting Cherie yesterday, and how precious all of you are who show up and all of you are who subscribe. I do all of this because you each are an integral part of the fabric that is the tapestry of my life, and I am so grateful to all of you for letting me be a part of your lives. So I hope that what I bring to the table has some benefit to you. That's my first thing I want to say. So I did a meditation this morning on what I wanted to speak about. And I love synchronicity because as a tarot reader and as a person who has spirit guides and speaks with her spirit guides, I also get my cards read and use other tarot readers. And I had a reading this morning that was deeply personal to me about this very subject I'm going to talk to you about. So know that often when I'm talking to you about something, it is because it's also something that I have been working on or have been going through, because I've never professed, nor will I ever profess, to be perfect or to not be on a journey as well. And so this is part of my journey too, and has been for many, many years, and probably will continue to be as we go along. I'm just somewhere else in that process, right? Some of you are newer and don't know, and some of you are older and do know, but I grew up raised by two narcissistic parents. And so what happened to me growing up was I had absolutely no idea who I was. I had no sense of self and was completely emotionally void of any personal identity. And it has taken me 53 years to really define myself and feel secure in who I am, and to quit allowing other people to define me. And that is an amazing feeling. But you think about that, that's really a marathon, not a race, right? Like, it takes time. So I want to say, starting out this conversation, that the first part of this is, when we start this work, it's so important that we are kind and gentle to ourselves. And we remember that this is a journey, and that we have to be kind and patient and gentle with ourselves all along the way, and not impatient with ourselves, because it's progress, not perfection. We're going to maybe take 10 steps forward and 20 steps back, and then 20 steps forward and 30 steps back sometimes, and it'll feel that way. But remember that we're moving out of darkness into light always, and it's kind of a yin-yang battle in our lives. So just to be clear, like, it's okay. It's just a journey that we're all on. And so first and foremost, we're practicing learning to really love ourselves and to wipe away that illusion that the world has told us of who we are, and to see ourselves as we truly are. And one of the things that the metaphors that I can use is the mirror that we see ourselves in is cracked. It was cracked by all the people that have told us who we are, what we look like, who we are, how we show up in the world. Every time someone tells you you're this, you're that, you're, whatever. That's another crack in the mirror that we're viewing ourselves in. And so that mirror becomes distorted. It's almost like walking into a fun house at a carnival. And so you can't trust that mirror. But what you can do is trust the mirror of the people who genuinely love you and let them be your mirrors. Find at least one person that you know is wholly honest and truly, truly loves you, and try and see yourself through their eyes, because that person is the best mirror that you can have. And so a really personal example I have of that, and some of you have heard this story, is my actual wedding day with Donna. Was that I was, in my wedding dress and all made up and everything, and I went to turn around to look in the mirror, and all I heard were the voices of my parents and everybody else, and I started to cry. I couldn't stand to look in the mirror. And all those voices were telling me, who was I to think I was beautiful? Who was I to think I deserved this day? Who was I? All those negative things came up. And I had to turn away. And I almost allowed it to ruin the most incredible day of my life. But instead, I turned and I looked at her. And there she was, looking at me through the eyes of love. And I used her as my mirror. And I trusted and knew that this person saw me, all of me, and had for 20 years. And at that point, I knew that what she saw mattered most, because that was the truth of who I am. And that's all that mattered, is what she saw. And so if we can learn to trust those mirrors around us in our lives while we're doing the healing process, until one day we're able to throw away the cracked and broken mirrors and replace it with a whole mirror that we're able to look into and see our own beauty, see our own wholeness, see our own gifts, and say, you know what? It doesn't matter what they have said. It doesn't matter what people continue to say. What other people think of me doesn't matter, because I know that I am whole and perfectly formed just as I am. Exactly how I show up in this world. I am a gift from God. I am perfect because I'm part of the divine order. I have gifts given to me by God, because everybody has gifts. Some kind of gift has been given to you to share with the world, whatever it is. There's compassion, there's kindness, there's healing. It doesn't matter what your gift is. You are gifted in some way, and you're going to find it. You have to look for what your gift is, and it is in believing in yourself. And when you start to be able to do that. But remember, this is a process that takes time. It takes healing, and it takes learning to let go, and it takes learning to release the pain, the anger. It takes learning to forgive yourself, forgive those who've hurt you, and all of that can take years and years and years of work. And that's okay. Just be gentle and patient. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's it. So as we progress along and as we're doing the healing work in our lives, whether you're seeing a therapist, whether you're talking to a spiritual guidance counselor, whether you're just doing it on your own through meditation, just remember that, our work is a day by day progress. And, try and stay positive, but I'm not going to tell you that everybody's positive all the time. It's impossible. You're going to have days that you're going to be grumpy. You're going to have days that your body hurts. You're going to have days that you just look out and you feel snarky. And, but if you can try and remember in those moments to try and shift that energy back into a positive thing, just so that you don't get stuck in the trap of chronic negativity. And that's all, because that energy of chronic negativity hampers our progress going forward. That's all I'm going to tell you about it. That's just a lesson I've learned about my own personal journey, that I needed to shift out of chronic negativity and work on focusing more on what's going right in my life than what's going wrong in my life. You do you, boo. Like, if that's whatever's working for you. But for me, just trying to stay in the attitude of gratitude, stay in keeping love in my heart, keeping love in the middle of everything I'm doing, compassion, understanding, and that includes for the people who've harmed me and hurt me. Now, that doesn't mean that I have to allow them in my world. Boundaries are really, really important. And that each of us have personal choices around whether we keep the people who've hurt us in our lives. And for varying reasons, we may make a decision around that. There's no right or wrong there. That is always a personal choice. But setting boundaries is still really important. So if you do keep them in your life, you still have to hold clear boundaries. And I highly recommend finding really good books on codependence and around boundary setting. If you are around narcissists, learning about narcissism and holding boundaries is really important. Check out Dr. Ramani on Facebook. Not Facebook, geez. Welcome to my brain. On YouTube, I will put a link below to her. If you are dealing with alcoholics in your life, I cannot recommend going to Al-Anon meetings enough. You may not need to attend them forever. I attended Al-Anon for about 3 years, and I found it life-changing and very helpful. But I didn't need to attend forever. I think I got what I needed and was able to move on, and that's good. And some people go forever, and that's good for them too, because for each of us, it's our own thing. You may find comfort in your religion, and I think that's amazing too. There may be someone at your local church or synagogue or mosque or temple, whatever it is. Seek solace there in your healing process and do that. Whatever it is that helps guide you and helps you to set those boundaries, do that. So this is my Monday encouragement, and I would love to get feedback from you. What is it that you do that helps you love yourself a little bit more, or that brings you comfort? And also, how do you practice gratitude? Because that's a really big part of it. We talked about that in our chat yesterday a little bit. And I think we covered it on Friday's live chat a little bit too, gratitude. One of the things I do is first thing when I open my eyes, I say, thank God I woke up this morning, and thank God that I'm breathing, and thank God that my puppy's next to me, and thank God I'm here in this beautiful house. And I start thinking about all the things that I'm thankful for. And that's how I start my day, with my gratitudes. And it's a good way, because if those are some of the first thoughts I have, it starts that positive flow of energy in the day. Now, that's not to say that I may not stumble out of my door and listen to traffic noise and see things that irritate me on the street, and I might go into snark mode and have to like reel myself in, because I'm a Scorpio. I have a lot of opinions and I get snarky pretty easy, so I have to rein myself in a lot. Because managing myself is a full-time job, which is why I'm not real judgmental of other people, because I can only control myself. You know, if I had to try and control other people, forget it. I don't have time for that. I am a full-time job. So, anyways, that's enough of that. But, so I would love to hear from you. What is it you do? Do you have any ideas? And if you don't do anything, what would you like to do as a practice? Are you interested in doing a gratitude journal? Have you ever thought of doing things like bullet journaling? Have you thought of starting something? Do you want to start doing some kind of meditation? I would be happy to teach some simple 5 to 10-minute meditations that you could do. There's a lot of really easy ones. Meditation isn't as hard as some people think. Let me know what you're interested in. I want to know you. I want to know what things would be helpful to you to help you on your journey. Where do you feel like you're at? Do you feel like you have enough self-love, or do you feel like you still hear those voices of your past that keep you from loving yourself enough? So give me some comments below. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notifications when new videos come out, when we go live. We have live chats every Friday night, and every Sunday I do oracle card readings. Everything that I do here is free. If you feel like donating, there are links below. I have an Amazon wish list, and I also have a CashApp, but by no means do I ever want anyone to feel like they should or have to ever give a dime. The gifts that I've been given are gifts, and what I do is a gift to you. So if you're led to give a little something, great, and if you're not, that's great too. I do what I do from my heart, out of love, and so that's the end of that. Please, the best thing you can do is watch my videos all the way through and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But if you really want to help me, just watch them all the way through. And I love you always, because you are creations of the Divine Master. He created all of us perfectly. And go out today, spread a little kindness, have compassion for yourselves and for everybody else. I love you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.